A lot more than bands are started in garages. Companies like Amazon and Google are worth billions of dollars and have become a regular part of most people's lives. But they definitely didn't start that way. In fact, them and 8 others of the largest companies on the planet all started from very humble beginnings in someone's garage.
We got the very first computer we ever built long before we even started a company. And
their story of success from very humble beginnings are stories you're going to want to hear because they're absolutely incredible. So let's get right into it. These are the 10 most valuable companies that started in a garage. Number 1 is Disney. In 1920, Walt Disney was a trained artist and was working as an apprentice commercial illustrator. But when he was laid off, he went into business for himself, eventually creating the Disney Brothers Cartoon Studios with his brother Roy O. Disney. On October 16, 1923, their very first studio was created in their uncle's garage, where they created the Alice comedies, which years later inspired the feature-length film Alice in Wonderland. Many animated films were made in that garage until the company's name was changed and the new Walt Disney Studio opened an actual commercial space in January of 1926. It was a long journey for Disney to achieve big success, but he definitely did. Today, the Walt Disney Company is one of the largest media conglomerates in the world, with TV networks, film and TV production studios, merchandise, a music division, and theme parks around the globe. All of this from an animated mouse! Oh boy! Number 2 is Amazon. If your friend told you he was going to quit his job on Wall Street to make it big selling books out of his garage, you probably would have think he was a little bit cuckoo. But that's exactly what founder of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, did on July 5th, 1994. Bezos was worried that he was going to miss the dot-com boom, so he decided to start what was originally an online bookstore called Cadabra. He defined his move as a regret minimization framework and founded his risky business in his own garage in Bellevue, Washington. Woo! And boy did that gamble pay off. Amazon today is a company that does way more than sell just books. Labeled as both an electronic commerce and cloud computing company, Amazon even operates a hugely successful production company and video streaming service.
Amazon.com sure got a lot. Just so you know, here's what's hot. Digital camera, razor, scooter, leather, and tools. We even got the George Foreman grill for you.
As of 2015, the corporation surpassed Walmart as the most valuable retailer in the United States and has now grown to be the 4th largest public company in the world. Not too bad for a guy whose friends considered him a nut job for wanting to sell books out of his garage. Number 3 is Google. Okay, I definitely owe a lot to this company, mostly because they're the reason that you can see my face right now. The legendary Larry Page and Sergey Brin founded Google on September 4th, 1998, while they were PhD students at Stanford University. Their humble start began in a garage that they rented from their friend Susan Wojcicki. If that name sounds familiar, that's because she's now the CEO of YouTube, also owned by Google. It was in that garage in Menlo, California that they developed a digital search engine, their objective being to make all of the information on the web accessible to anybody through a single portal. In the 18 years since its inception, Google has grown into one of the most innovative companies on the planet. Now defined as a multinational technology company specializing in internet services, Google has a colossal campus called the Googleplex in Mountain View, California. It's now owned by Page's tech conglomerate Alphabet, and Google.com is still the most visited site on the web. From just those 2 guys in a garage, it now employs over 57,000 people and is estimated to be worth over $82 billion. Number 4 is Harley-Davidson. That's right, Harley-Davidson was not created by some existing vehicle company who just wanted to get into motorbikes. No, instead they created the motorcycle. In 1901, 20-year-old William S. Harley was thinking up a way to improve his bicycle when he came up with the idea to add a small engine to it. With the help of his childhood friend Arthur Davidson, they built their first motorbike out of their friend's shed in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It was actually a coin toss that decided whose name went first. Obviously, Harley one, and the company officially became Harley-Davidson in 1903. It was operated out of this little shed garage until the first Harley-Davidson manufacturing plant opened in 1906 in the very spot that the company's current corporate headquarters now stands. Harley-Davidson really took off during the First World War when the Army actually used the bikes in the field, and today it remains one of the most recognizable motorcycle manufacturers in the world, employing nearly 6,000 employees. Number 5 is Mattel. In January of 1945, Harold Matson and Elliot Handler began a picture framing business that today has grown into one of the biggest toy companies in the world. Now you might be thinking, wait, what, picture framing? Well, yeah, it seems unlikely, but Matt and Elliot founded Mattel, the name being a combination of their names, in a garage in Southern California where they made and sold picture frames. They ended up taking a turn into toys when, not wanting to waste any wood, they would use the scraps from the frames to create dollhouse furniture. When Matson left the company because of poor health, Handler's wife Ruth took over the company and refocused totally on producing toys. Since then, Mattel has created some of the most well-known and beloved toys by generations of kids. The most successful, of course, being the woman that started the one-name trend back in 1959, the one and only Barbie.
Have you heard what's happened? Barbie's changed. Barbie's new and different. She's the very same size, but now she comes with a groovy outdoor look. And
today, Mattel is a multinational toy manufacturing company with a presence in more than 40 countries worldwide and employs over 31,000 people. Number 6 is Hewlett-Packard. Google might get all the glory, but they're not the only billion-dollar tech company that was started by Stanford grad students. Google's predecessors were William Reddington Hewlett and Dave Packard, who founded Hewlett-Packard on January 1st, 1939. After receiving a $538 investment, they used a one-car garage in Palo Alto, California to produce a line of electronic testing equipment. The very first successful product that they had was a precision audio oscillator that they were able to sell for much less than their competitors. And their first big customer, Walt Disney, who used the oscillators to stabilize the sound in Fantasia. Of course, HP is still in operation today, creating affordable and innovative computer technologies. The company currently has over 315,000 employees, and their products can be found all over the world. But as for the garage that they started in, it's now a museum. In fact, it's widely considered to be the birthplace of Silicon Valley. Number 7 is Microsoft. Billy Gates might look like a nerd, but he a hella rich nerd. Today, Microsoft software is estimated to be on 80% of computers, but it didn't start that way. On April 4th, 1975, Microsoft was founded by friends and Harvard dropouts, Bill Gates and Paul Allen, who named the company using the words microcomputer and software. Working out of a garage in Albuquerque, New Mexico, they developed a computer language interpreter software BASIC for the microcomputer, the Altair 8800. By the 1980s, Microsoft had taken over the personal computer software market with MS-DOS and totally changed the game with the invention of Windows in 1985. Now this seems like ancient history now, but it really wasn't that long ago that these two dropouts changed the way that we communicate forever. Today, the company's headquarters has outgrown their garage by, just a little bit, as they now have room for their 114,000 employees in multiple buildings spread across a number of countries. Number 8 is Maglite. The American dream was founded on the idea that even if you come from nothing, you can achieve greatness if you just work hard enough, and in 1950, that's exactly what Tony Maglica set out to do. Originally from Croatia, Maglica immigrated to California to learn the machinist trade. Eventually, he was able to save up enough money to start his own machine shop and began manufacturing precision parts out of his garage in Ontario, California. The business grew into Mag Instrument Inc., and although it may not be the most recognizable name, you've likely seen their products in the hands of some important people in real life or on TV. In 1979, Maglica introduced the Maglite flashlight, and that is when everything changed. This bad boy has been referred to as the Cadillac of flashlights, and is still the standard issue flashlight for police officers and other emergency personnel in the United States. The heavy, durable make of the Maglite made it a dependable go-to weapon as a last resort when needed for self-defense. In other words, smashing some skulls. Today, Mag Instrument Inc. is a multi-million-dollar company, has over 700 employees and is the standard issue flashlight for all police officers in the United States. Number 9 is Dyson. James Dyson's first invention, the ball barrow, was designed after the front wheel of his wheelbarrow kept getting stuck in the mud. He replaced the wheel with a ball and voila, the first seed of Dyson Limited was planted. Working from his garage in Cotswold, England, Dyson designed and built the first prototypes of the Dyson bagless vacuum. Now at the time, UK investors were not interested, but he ended up making his mark when his G-Force cleaner won first prize at the 1991 International Design Fair in Japan. Using the money that he made from selling the license for his design, Dyson opened Dyson Appliances Limited on July 8, 1991. And in 1993, he moved out of his garage and opened his first factory and research center. Today, Dyson Limited has grown into $1 billion company. You can find Dyson machines being sold in over 70 countries, and the company has over 7,000 employees working for it. Life used to suck, and then he ended up making a fortune off of things that suck. That's kind of ironic. And number 10 is Apple. It's pretty hard to argue that Apple hasn't completely changed the world as we know it. These days, it's hard to find a home where someone's not talking on their iPhone, listening to a song on their iPod, or surfing the web on their MacBook or iPad. The multinational technology company today has its headquarters situated in a giant campus in Cupertino, California, with a number of other offices, call centers, manufacturing plants, and even research labs all around the world. But what makes it even more impressive is that Apple was actually started in a suburban garage. On April 1st, 1976, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak started the company in the garage of Jobs' parents' home in Los Altos, California. But they hadn't been in the garage long when they finally developed the first personal computers to be sold, the Apple I and the Apple II. After the company grew quickly, they moved into a real office, and now they're a global powerhouse in computer software, online services like iTunes, and consumer electronics. So those were the 10 most valuable companies that started in a garage. But I'm curious, which company on this list is your favorite that you use the most? Or is there another company that you know that started in a garage that's also worth millions or even billions of dollars? Leave your response below because I'll be reading through them and I'm going to pin the best comment to the top. Before you go, I have really good news for you guys. Starting Monday, January 30th, I'm beginning a brand new upload schedule of daily uploads from Monday to Friday at exactly 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, that means every weekday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can expect a brand new video from me. I hope you guys are as excited for this as I am. I'm totally stoked for this new schedule. But as always, have a great day and I will see you Saturday. Bye!